welcome back, everybody, to Nerdcore Podcast. The podcast reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. It is the Nerd Gonna here to host alongside my wonderful co-host for today, as well as the last couple of episodes, because we are still without a Brad, and he'll be back
Nice
in a couple
present.
of days. Yep,
God, this
Louis
feels like a wig. It
feels like a
it
wig.
looks and feels like a wig. I don't know. I don't know. I might just shave it off. Give me the Latino boy from the latest Scream movie. What's his face? Prometheus. I forget his name, dude. And he's a good actor.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about
Yeah,
from the last Scream. I
yeah,
know who you're
yeah.
talking
The
about.
the boyfriend. Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking.
I can't remember his
I think I need to
name,
be
man.
buff in order to pull that like buzz cut look. I guess.
I guess I don't know, but
Uh,
yeah, Lisa's
what
here with
up?
me today,
Yeah,
and
and I'm here.
yep, we're gonna
Not
be
sponsored by
talking.
Emperadores.
Oh God, I love those cookies,
This fucking fire. They're
and it
great.
matches with the Nerdcore green, huh?
Oh, it
Look at
actually
that.
does. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the lemon lime ones.
Yep. Oh,
Damn. Hey,
emperadores.
Emperador, sponsor us. We're Latino too. We're Mexican.
Yeah. Hey, if we
Uh,
buy your products a good amount,
we do. I do at least. Yeah, I know. I
I
get.
wouldn't be lying when I recommend them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Especially the half the one side that's chocolate and the other side that's vanilla.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I had those. I really like the lemon lime though, for whatever reason. Like the other ones are good, but they remind me of like cookie, and these
Yeah.
ones are like okay, it's a cookie, but it's also like a postre, like a dessert.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it,
That
but
good old sweet. Ah, the
it's
sweet
definitely.
Mexican pastry magic from back over there. Those
Mm-hmm,
beautiful
mm-hmm.
cookies. But yes, we're here for our Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 review. But before we can get into any of that, what's up, Luis? What you been up to today, man?
Today, honestly, nothing. Just worked on some clips for TikTok. Um, that's about it. It's been hard. It's been hard, but this ain't a therapy session. But fucking yeah, just editing, trying to figure out that whole deal. Worked on a script that I revised. I already sent it out to the one of the actors. Need to look for the other actor. And then yeah, just
Yeah.
just living for it now. Fucking breathing, trying to breathe.
Yeah, dude,
Hungry.
I sat down to edit my Prometheus review for this week on my channel.
Mhm.
I had filmed it already. Yesterday I filmed my Prometheus and my Interstellar review, so I'm good for this week.
You watched Interstellar again?
Yeah, I watched the 4K on my TV. Fucking beautiful.
Damn.
Um, I sat down. I got about halfway into where I finally started talking about the movie.
Mhm.
I knocked out at my desk at my job. I was clocked
That's
out. I was clocked
wild.
out, but I
Yeah.
fucking knocked out. And all of a sudden,
Damn.
I
Wait,
wake up.
why? Is it because of the cold turkey or is it just because you haven't
I'm,
slept?
s-
Because
I'm sleepy, man. I'm
fair
tired,
enough.
man.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah,
sleeping later than usual.
yeah. I don't usually like what's it called. This is look. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, sometimes at the job I do feel a little sleepy. But you know what? I have to power through it. I'm not gonna go to
Mhm.
sleep. It's work. So I just power. I get usually what I do is just I get up and I go walk around, check around the storage room, see if everything's good. Like we have our gear where we're supposed to have it, just so that way I can get like blood pumping and I can just wake up a little bit. Today, at least I waited until I clocked out. At least I waited until I
I
clocked
mean,
out.
hey, boss makes a dollar while I make a dime. Might as well sleep on company time. So,
Yeah, but I was just there and I was like, I was feeling it. I was like, yeah, yeah. And I think where I fooled myself was like where I said, I can stop for a little bit.
hmm
And then I went like this, moved back a little, and
just
fucking
knocked out.
knocked out for like
Yeah,
a good
dude.
15,
That
20
must have been
minutes.
a good chair then at your office.
It's a good chair. Yeah, it's a good chair. But yeah, but I went ahead. I came back home and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna finish it today. I'll do it tomorrow. I got most of it done, but I said, I got a whole video I can edit, and that's gonna take up tomorrow's upload. But you were talking about TikTok. I wanted to film a
Mhm.
TikTok too because I haven't done a collection update on there,
Got
and
you.
yeah, this is all I have to show for
That
TikTok.
you got.
Oh
Damn.
my
All right.
god, man. It's just a lot of other stuff, and I'm like, let's see if I can actually condense that into a fast TikTok, because that's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going over 30 seconds at least for this just a thing. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out ways on how to get out of the plateau. Because even though I have currently 1.4K, I only get like 200 views, which kind of sucks.
It's just keep going at it, find out the niche
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh no, definitely. I'm doing the same stuff, but I want to figure out if it's like a hashtag thing or if it's like me cursing thing. No clue. No clue. Right now,
I have no idea, man.
it's
If
topsy
I
turvy,
understood,
especially in the US.
yeah, if I understood TikTok, I well, if we both understood it, we'd be fucking huge on there right now. Yeah,
Hopefully, yeah, that's
yeah,
the theory.
yep. But that with that said, we are going to be talking about this movie, guys. I have seen it twice now. Brett Luis has seen it once, right?
Yep, just once,
Yep,
just one time we
just
went.
once. And yeah, uh, so let's go ahead and get this going. So if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, or basically anything that's come before this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you probably want to get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the film, go ahead and stay. Either way, how any of that goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a five, four, three, two, one. All right, let me go ahead and get to reading here, and then we'll go ahead and go into the review.
All right.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a 2023 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics superhero team Guardians of the Galaxy. Produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, it is the final installment in the Guardians of the Galaxy film trilogy, the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy 2014 and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in 2017, and the 32nd film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh, shit. The film was written and directed by
It's a
James
lot.
Gunn and features an ensemble cast including Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillian, Palm Clementine, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Will Poulter, Sean
Mhm.
Gunn, Chikwudi Iwuhi,
Thought it was
uh,
Iwuji.
Iwuji, okay, yeah, Chikudu Iwuji, Linda Cardellini, Nathan Fillion, and Sylvester Stallone. So good
Not
old
to mention
style.
the fucking cameos, man. I saw a lot of them. Pete Davidson was in one of them. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
It's
In the
crazy.
film, the Guardians embark on a mission to protect Rocket from the High Evolutionary, played by Iwuji. Gunn said in November 2014 that he had initial ideas for a third film in the series and announced his return to write and direct in April 2017.
Hmm.
Disney fired him from the film in July 2018 following the resurfacing of controversial posts on Twitter, but the studio resurfacing of but the studio reversed course by that October and reinstated Gunn as director.
Hmm.
Gunn's return was publicly revealed in March 2019, with the production resuming after Gunn completed work on his film The Suicide Squad and the first season of its spin-off series Peacemaker.
Hmm.
Filming began in November 2021 at Trilith Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, and lasted until May 2022. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 premiered at Disneyland Paris, okay, on April 22nd, 2023, and was released in the United States on May 5th, 2023, as part of Phase 5 of the MCU. The film received positive reviews, with critics deeming it as a satisfying conclusion to the trilogy. It has grossed $318.7 million worldwide, becoming the sixth
Hmm.
highest grossing film of 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. Shot by Henry Bram, edited by Fred Raskin and Greg Daudia. Music is done by John Murphy. And of course, it sits at, wow, you were right, right on the dot, in 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I
And
thought you.
yeah, and so far it's made $318.7 million on a budget of $250 million. So it's on its way.
It's on its way. It's
Yeah.
definitely a first weekend. A lot of people probably still skeptical overall
Like, do I
from
want to go see it?
seeing.
Like, I
Yeah,
think the word of mouth is gonna help him out a lot this weekend.
yeah. Well, we'll find out this weekend because this weekend, uh, I wouldn't call it a contender, but it's definitely like we underestimate the Fast Furious franchise a
Mm-hmm.
lot in terms of money making because the people that watch that are the actual people that just watch things because they want to watch something that
Yeah,
interests them and it
yeah,
makes
they're
them
the ones who
bank.
keep the movies alive, the theaters alive.
Honestly, yeah, yeah, which is a good thing because I mean, as much as I disliked the last three movies for Fast and Furious, the other ones are like they're a staple in a lot of the communities, especially I know for damn well sure for the Latino community. I see a lot of
Yeah,
my people. brown skinned people at the theater when I think the eighth one came out, and they're
Yeah,
like, yeah, but we'll see. We'll have to find out how much money this Guardians brings in this
yeah.
weekend.
It'll have it. It'll have its chance this weekend to pull in more, and then of
Hmm.
course on the 19th when Fast 10 comes out, it'll
Yep.
have a little bit. But this weekend it looks like it doesn't have any competition. I'm pretty sure there is no way that Book Club the next chapter makes close to what Guardians makes on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or what's the warrior one? Magic Night Warrior or Zodiac Night.
Knights of the
Zodi-
Zodiac
Knights of the
or
Zodiac.
Hypnotic and nah,
Hypnotic too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Fool's Paradise. Nah, man, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be number one at the box office this weekend as
This
well.
weekend. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I would take some action in that bet.
yeah, yeah.
I'll put some money.
I would if I had to give to put money. Yeah, sure. I'd probably tell you
Shit.
100%.
For the underdog though, I might go put it for Fast and Furious. We'll see. We'll see.
That's the following weekend. Don't get your
No, it's
hopes.
this weekend.
No, it says here May 19th,
No, Fast Furious comes out on the. That's on the. Is it the 18th? No way.
May 19th. Yeah,
Hold up.
Fast 10 May 19th.
It's got to be a wrong. I remember it saying it was the 12th. Let's see on the AMC app, May 19th. Oh shit, you're right.
Yep, yep. Damn, you were about to show up next this weekend,
This
ready to go
weekend,
see this movie, bro?
low key.
Oh man,
Either that or my last 3 days have just messed up my brain. So
yeah,
I don't know where I'm at, dog.
yeah. Well, you're
Oh
here at
well,
the
I mean,
Guardians of the
full.
Galaxy Volume 3 review, bro.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely fucking have to see then. Fucking. Yeah. I don't know. You want to keep going in the wiki or you want
No, we good. Let's go ahead and open up for initial thoughts here. Luis,
to?
I know what's it called. You love the MCU. You really like
I
the
do.
stuff.
I wouldn't say I
And
love it. I like some movies, but
yeah,
Guardians isn't one of those where I'm actively looking. But this one was a nice treat. It was definitely a good watch, at least for me. Um, Definitely hit me in the feels. It definitely
I
did.
what's it called? When the first time, yeah, I was feeling it
Mm-hmm.
like I was feeling like it was choking up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Second time where it was just like I was sitting there
You
and
already knew
finally,
that? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't, bro. I let it out. Like I just like
Damn.
when in its specific moments, like when Lila and they're in like
The
basically like
heaven.
the heaven, and it's like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
beloved raccoon. The story's always been about you, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I was waiting for and the first the only watch that I've done. I knew it. Either they're gonna go, they're gonna full send it and let him die, or there's gonna
No,
be a says you can join us, but not right now type of
yeah.
moment. And there was, I was like, oh okay, it's
It
fine.
was like that video of that one guy in class when he's with the headphones, like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
the
I know
inside.
which
That
one
was
you're
what I
talking
was
about.
feeling inside with that moment. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody really understands how much of a breath of fresh air it feels to finally be able to say that about a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because like since I want to say not even Infinity War. Oh my god. Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming.
2016. Holy shit.
It's
Pretty
been
sure that was
since
2016.
2016 since I was able to say, God, well, hold on. What year was Black Panther?
2018.
2018. Okay, it
Yeah.
was since Black Panther came
Okay.
out that I could say that I fell in love with their movies. I've been
Got you.
singing the praises for their shows,
Mm-hmm.
and, and I know,
Mm-hmm.
and you all know that.
Yeah.
But with the movies, it's been a really long time. It's been a really long time, and I was like, man, I watched the trailer. I was like, I like this. I think it looks good, but like, I don't know how I feel about it. It's like I've seen what they've been putting out recently. I don't know how I'm gonna react to this movie. I went in there, man, and James Gunn really does create a beautiful conclusion to this trilogy. And
Yeah,
honestly,
you did.
man,
Mm-hmm.
if this was my conclusion to the MCU, I'd be really, really satisfied with it. I mean, like if I didn't have to do these things with reviews and stuff, this would be the last one I'd watch. This was
From
such
the
a
MCU
beautiful,
overall.
hmm this was
Really?
such a beautiful conclusion to this story. Um,
Okay.
like there's so many things that I could say. Like you all know me. Rocket Raccoon is my favorite MCU character. I've
Mm-hmm.
been saying that since like the first Guardians. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, I think he's fucking hilarious. But I always knew that there was something, to Rocket. and he's kind of
Mhm.
like one of the only characters in this whole universe that still has a lot of secrecy to him, because like
Yeah. We never
almost
found out about from anything about him until now. We just
almost
knew he
10
was a
years
little
later, right?
younger. Yeah, because from the second one? Technically, yeah, because that one also came out, I think, 2018.
Yeah. So first Guardians comes out in 2014, and it's like,
Mhm.
9 years later, and we still didn't know much about Rocket, and we didn't know
Mhm.
about where he came from, how he was made. All we know is that he was very apprehensive about speaking about his what's it called, about his past, and he always kind of was really reserved about that. Even though he grew to love his family and the Guardians, he was still
Mhm.
very reserved about that part of his life.
Yeah.
So it always made like a really really mysterious character that to me I always I grew to like love this character a lot. So once we start this and we really do revolve this story around Rocket, I was like, finally, like, I can say that like there's some sort of like some not risks, stakes here. Like yeah, it kind of does feel like at any given moment Rocket could die.
Mhm.
Like there was like certain cuts where I was like, oh shit, I think we're about to cut to this man. Like this fucking raccoon's about to die.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and no, we kept going and we still kept seeing more of his life, and I
Sorry
just
and shit, yeah.
I loved our overall story here. I really liked it.
Yeah, they did well with how they transitioned between present and the stories, which normally you don't get a lot of that. It kind of reminded me of like the memories from like the Arrowverse, for Arrow, like how they used to remind you from the present is like, oh, this reminds me of back when I was on the island, and then they
Mhm.
cut back, and then we see things about Slade and Oliver and whatnot.
Yeah,
It reminded me of that, but like on a higher budget level.
yeah.
Hmm.
And of course, I'll like always, but James Gunn chooses some great needle drops here. He has some great songs that you know um
Yeah, that song's not
make for some
helping.
real
Feeding my
moments.
shit. It's so fucking
I
sad.
I was next to a very like not old. I'm sorry. Like she looks like she grew up around some of this music.
Hmm.
Um, and it was a certain song, the one when they're inside the ogre code. Um, the like that very like slow, like very like funky song, and she would just kept going like
I'm
she
dead.
kept going like that. And I'm like yeah, like I can't say this is my favorite soundtrack. I think
Yeah,
Guardians
yeah, yeah.
One still has my favorite one,
It's
but like
definitely
this
the
one,
saddest one because
oh yeah,
every
you could
other one
feel it.
was a bit cheerful. This one's sad. I'm
Yeah,
like, even the last one where it's
yeah.
cheerful, it's still fucking.
Yeah, even Dog Days Are Over. Like that one was
Hmm.
such like and that's such a cheerful song. Like and shit, they even had Florence Welch crying to
Yeah,
that
yeah,
with
yeah. I
that
saw that
song.
video on
Yeah.
Twitter. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But he finds a way and he chooses some great songs. But yeah,
No.
there's just they were so sad this time. And like I guess it's because I think we felt it from the beginning, the implications of all this. And like,
Hmm.
you don't start
Quick
with
reset. Yeah.
Radiohead's Creep unless you're about to have yourself a really fucking sad movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it definitely lives up to that because every other song just makes you it feels like a gut punch to your stomach, man. I
Oh,
mean,
definitely, especially now. Like, if you have any sad moments in the last weekend, and then you get that shit on TikTok, it's just like, God
yo,
damn, bro, I don't need to start tearing up right now. It's not even about having. Now I want an emotional support raccoon, but I can't because it's illegal. I mean, technically, I can
oh,
just go grab one because they're essentially disease free, or is that possums? I think it's possums, but it might
possums I think are the disease ones.
yeah, disease-free ones where they can't have anything because their body temperature's so low. But still, fucking having a pet raccoon is that's pretty
Yeah,
redneck.
yeah,
Very Theo Vaughn.
Theo Von, man.
But
But
yeah, dude.
it's just great. I don't know how you felt about this, but I think the CGI looked good. I
Yeah,
didn't really compared to the other films. I didn't have much of a problem with
yeah,
this.
this one's
It
tame.
was
Also, I
great.
think because they use a lot of practical stuff
Mhm.
and a lot of dark scenes in space, which really help because it's like it'll feel unnatural anyway because it's fucking space. There's nothing in there.
Yeah.
But they did well, even with the flying with Adam, especially after all the
Oh
memes that
yeah.
we saw with comparing to Black Adam.
Yeah.
But this one was done well. This one
Don't
was
do that
on.
to him. Please don't do that to him. Oh
Dude,
man.
the fucking atom finger, or the first touch or whatever,
Yeah.
Renaissance fading. I was like, oh my god, he
No.
really did that. I respect it, but it's a little cheesy there. But then again, someone said that it's because of his species. They're like so elegant. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll let it slide.
The high evolution. I mean, what's it
The
called?
high
The sovereign. The
evolutionaries,
sovereign. Yeah.
sovereign.
The
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
sovereign. But what did you think about our new characters that we got in here? So we had Adam. Well, Cosmo isn't really
Cosmo.
new, but like finally talked and being
Did
voiced
we see
by.
them in it
Oh
before?
yeah, yeah.
I don't remember.
Guardians 2,
Okay,
with
it's been a
Howard the
while since
Duck.
I saw.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Remember when they're doing that whole like pan in like the collector's room, and you
Hmm.
see
Oh, he was in there.
Cosmo, yeah, and then
Oh,
Howard
okay.
the Duck was in one of them as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. No, I don't remember that,
Guardians
but
1,
I
yeah,
think it's like somewhere in there.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, we got Cosmo. We saw like glimpses of Howard Duck. He wasn't here. He's just there.
For
Yeah,
one scene, which was kind of funny to see him
it
in there,
was
but
funny. Like
he
it.
didn't
Oh,
have anything to say really.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He was just there to fuck around. Which I mean, it's Howard the Duck.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna.
Adam Warlock, and of course our villain, the High Evolutionary, which we'll go into right now after we're done with these other ones. But
Mhm.
we also had uh, God. Well, no, Sylvester Stallone's were there. Those are the Ravagers from like
The
Guardians
Ravagers. Yeah.
Two, from Guardians
Even
Two.
Guardians ones. We saw him in Guardians ones at the end. No.
Oh, we did.
I'm pretty sure
Oh, at
because
the
of
end, at the
Yondu.
end, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
because
yes,
of
yes,
Yondu and
yes.
shit. They were like, "You disgraced us" or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I forget. It's just in Guardians Two is when he goes to like when
Full
Yondu's
on.
in with the
Yeah.
yeah with the girl and he's like
Hmm.
telling them to go and find Quill. Yeah, but yeah, like I like seeing Cosmo voiced by Maria Bakalova from Borat Two. That was funny.
Is
Um,
that who?
yeah, she was
Is that also BMO? It reminded me a lot of BMO from
no,
Adventure Time,
no, it's
the
not
game.
BMO.
Okay, yeah, because
No,
I'm like, is that BMO's voice actress?
no,
But
Maria Bakalova's Bulgarian, bro. What's it called? That
is
BMO
BMO?
was
I don't know. I'm pretty sure, like on the IMDb, they don't have anything for BMO's voice actress. They just have a name, but I can't remember it.
that's funny. That is
Yeah,
so
dude. I'm
funny.
like, what's the secrecy about it? Is that where we don't know? But I've heard the voice before in other things. I just, yeah. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool.
Nothing else. It's just a lot of a handful of movies, but like other than that, like just Borat 2, but bodies, bodies, bodies,
Oh,
and
they
then
were. Oh, they were in the.
the blonde
Which one
girl,
was
yeah,
the main
the
actress?
girlfriend, yeah, the girlfriend for
Oh,
the
okay.
yeah,
I didn't know that. Oh, cool. Damn, the voice range, because I don't remember it being like that childlike.
yeah.
Take back a word. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
she's good. She's
yeah,
good, man. I
yeah.
really liked her in this role. I think she really fits with the voice acting. She
Hmm.
did a really good job at like, with her humor as well. Well, she, obviously in Borat too, she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my god, she
full
kills the
range.
part.
Like you could say whatever
Yeah,
in
you can full
Borat
send
films.
it in there, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, here like she does a really good job. Like the whole bit with the what's it called, the bad dog was pretty funny. Usually James Gunn will do this thing where he like tries to beat the joke into the ground,
Mhm.
but here I thought the bit about the bad dog was actually kind of funny. I thought
Yeah,
that
it
was really
was like,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, before we go into the High Evolutionary, having Sean Gunn with the Yondu and like at the end coming in clutch, that was nice to see.
Yeah,
I really that was like just satisfying to see because he looked up to Yondu and whatnot,
yeah,
and was essentially like a second son to Yondu, in a
yeah.
way. So I was like, that was nice. That was good.
Well, yeah, because in Guardians 2, we have the conclusion to like Quill and Peter Quill and Yondu's relationship, but we never really
Bonding
see
and
the conclusion to, what's it called? Kraglin?
to
Kraglin, yeah.
Kraglin, yeah.
Kraglin and him.
Hmm.
So he comes on, he tells him, like, it's with your heart, boy. And I'm like,
Ooh,
oh,
with your heart, boy.
yeah. Yeah, wait, with your heart, boy.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a
yeah.
good cameo too. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I'm glad it was because like of course like he's such a big Yondu's such a big part of this trilogy as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh
like
no,
for him to be
100%.
included
Like
there, yeah.
essentially, without him, the entire thing wouldn't have happened. Technically, I
Yeah,
mean,
because he didn't kidnap a child. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. If he hadn't
Um,
kidnapped a child, then it wouldn't have happened.
yeah, but it definitely served its right to end, close, and open a new story for Kraglin.
Yeah.
But High Evolutionary, that's one of the main ones I feel like we need to talk about.
Oh man. Yeah. Dude, I look, of course, Kang right now. We have our big
Oh,
bad who, what's it called? We definitely, I definitely have been liking what they've been doing with Kang, but
hmm
man, the High Evolutionary was a really good villain here.
dude,
Ilushi does a
yeah.
great job. Um, I just gotta give a big shout out right here to of course Ilushi for portraying him, but like, dude, James Gunn's writing for the High Evolutionary and like
You
his
think so? It
line,
was the writing too.
dude. I mean,
Like I
who
feel like
gets
the
up with that
acting,
line,
like
bro?
of course, good lines take you a long way, but like the acting of how to say it, of course, that would go into like the direction. But if because this whole crew is essentially like buddy, kind of like an Adam Sandler level of buddiness to it, right? I feel like James Gunn is like, hey man, I dig your work, let me see what you think is a good way to do it, and they just sent it, right? But yeah, no, it was good writing and good fucking acting.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that man was a menace. Yeah, I was like, I turned to Raul and I was like, hey, bro, I think we found out this could definitely be a Kang variant. Like, it doesn't have to be that serious. This
I
shit.
I, I know that Kevin Feige's trying to find a way right now.
Oh,
He's trying
he's
to find a way to
fighting
explain it.
away. He's wrestling. He's consulting with Disney's head right now.
Yeah. But like I cheat on man. Like I looked at him like, dude, I fucking hate this guy. Like I hate this guy right now. Like
Yeah, yeah,
first,
yeah.
right off the bat, you see him like abusing this animal, and like
hmm
that already put like stuff, like putting what's it called, putting everybody around him down, and like those little moments where you see where he's actually kind of nice to Rocket, but then it's juxtaposed with these other moments where he's just an absolute dick to Rocket, and like him killing like Lila, feet and not feet, Teefs and
Uh-huh.
Floor, and just you just fucking hate this guy. Like, oh man, I
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
hated him. But just I'm telling you that line where he's like, what's it called? For God's sake, there is no God. That's why I had
Yeah.
to step in. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh
I'm like,
shit.
damn. And then not just that, like when at the near the end, essentially the third act, where they all realize there's like this guy is kind of crazy right now, and we need to back off from this, and he just says nothing, just rage, just out, and then the
Nukes them
suit
out.
just
Yeah.
yeah, just everything. I was like, that was on par, if not a bit better than how Kang got angry in Quantum Mania
Oh yeah. And just like,
and
yeah, yeah.
he exploded the ants away and shit like that. That was just a tad bit better than
Yeah.
how Majors did, which is what really sold me on like, dude, if we can bring him back. I know like his face is
Please
fucked
bring
up
them
when
back.
we say, but we can definitely bring him back. At least as like definitely
We
a
don't
variant.
see him die.
We
So
don't.
we don't see him die.
And by
So
rules, it's like if we don't see him actively pass away, it's like he's
yeah.
still. It's like a short cat, Schwartig or cat. I forgot. I can't. I never could say his
Yeah.
name. The,
Schrodinger's cat, right?
yeah, short English cat. The paradox,
However
or
you
it's
say it, bro.
like,
Yeah.
is he alive? Is he dead? He's neither, and he's both. Is like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
dude. I want to see more of him. He's good because we didn't even get to see that in Peacemaker. Like he was good in Peacemaker, but he wasn't a standout thing that we paid
no.
attention to. And that one, it was mostly like John Cena and Vigilante's acting.
But I'm glad that we got to see that range, man. I'm really glad that we got
Yeah.
to like, cause like honestly, like I put them up there like with the villains, man. Cause like he did such a great
Oh
job,
yeah,
and
he's
he
S tier villain. Yeah, S tier.
S tier, bro. Yeah, like I hated this guy. He what's it called? Truly made me freaking hate him, and I was like, dude, he's so good. Like he did a great job of playing the High Evolutionary,
hmm
and you could tell that like that gun was like down, like, hey, you can like, you know, what's it called, go off with it, but like also kind of like reserve yourself. And he just found a way to find a balance. He did
hmm
a great job with it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I didn't even realize he was. I forgot his character in Peacemaker, but I didn't realize it was the same actor until I saw interviews, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because even in the past, like the facial expressions were not the same as what we get in other roles that we might have seen him in,
dude,
which
he
is
was in
like,
John Wick Chapter 2.
no, he wasn't.
A Coney. A Coney
he
in John Wick
he was
Chapter
the
2.
one that talked. He was the one that talked to the sister that este Santino wanted dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then the yeah, okay. Holy fuck, I didn't even realize. To be fair, he wears glasses in that. He wears the glasses in a suit. in a hat, so it's like you don't recognize him unless you know him, type of deal.
Who was he in When They See Us? He had two. Oh, Colin Moore. Okay. Yeah, he was in that show When They See Us. Fucking
When
great
they see,
show.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's
Maybe
about
I have.
the Central Park Five. It's made by
Oh,
Ava
okay. Yeah, no,
DuVernay.
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah, Netflix one. I haven't had a
yeah.
chance.
Oh, really good series. But
I
yeah,
think he
he's
played a
great.
cop based on the in the trailer.
Colin Moore. I can't remember, but I don't know who that was. I can't remember, but he's great. He was great as the High Evolutionary.
Yep.
Now, um, um, Adam Warlock. Once. So look, at first when I saw him, I was like,
It's
uh,
a menace.
I was like, okay. But
Yeah.
then I heard what the sovereign said, and it made sense. He goes, "You
Yeah.
took him out of the pod of the cocoon too early,
Hmm.
so we're not gonna have the Adam Warlock that we all know from the comics, and we don't not gonna get you know the very like grown one, right? We're gonna kind of
Yeah.
get a goofy, kind of dumb
Which makes
Adam
sense on like
Warlock."
the MCU type deal where it's like they want as much time as they can. They want to like stretch a character as much as they
Yeah,
can until they're
yeah.
like, okay, we can kill him off now. So yeah, because I was like confused on why they would make him bad if I'm not a like Marvel comic person. So I'm like, from the very little knowledge that I have, I'm like pretty sure he's like a good guy. So I don't know how they're gonna play
Kinda.
into that. But I mean, we see now that he's part of the Guardians, so he's definitely gonna be
Yeah,
a good guy.
yeah. Y- Part of me also, just wishes that that we would have gotten him earlier, so that we could have had him in like Endgame and all that. But yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of things that we didn't expect that we wanted slash needed
well,
in the game, but we got some
apparently
cool shit.
James Gunn, what's it called? James Gunn was doing his interview, and he said that there was like a couple of things that he wasn't like really he didn't really agree with the way they handled the Guardians in
Oh,
Infinity War, and one
uh-huh.
of them was he was talking about what they did to Star Lord in Infinity War.
Make him a jackass and
Yeah,
cost the entire universe. At least they
yeah,
he joked acknowledged it here in the elevator scene. So
that's very true. That's very true.
yeah,
Yeah, man. I liked our new characters that we got to introduce here. I think
yeah,
I'm
definitely
gonna
fun.
what's it called being able to explore the story now with them, in the next couple of movies. We'll see when they'll come back, but I
Hmm.
think that we have ourselves a solid team now
Yeah,
with at the end we have like Rocket, Adam,
the
um,
uniforms and all that. The little girl
the
that
little
is like
girl.
looks like heavily implying that they might be a Marvel as well. Who knows? We
Yeah,
might get a teaser from the Marvels later this year.
yeah.
Um,
But what did you think about the way they kind of like they ended this film like with the Guardians breaking up and Rocket gets saved and everybody's like we I need to go our separate ways, we need to go do this.
I enjoyed it in a way of like they all realized they were all a band's a misfit. I'm pretty sure that was a tagline for them.
Yeah.
But they realized that they all had trauma and they went and figured their shit out before continuing because that's what they needed to do just to be complete and be able to live life
Mm-hmm.
as they go because they experienced a shit ton and like the people that left they essentially aside from Nebula they lost 5 years from the whole
Yeah.
blip thing, which again, this was just a quick remark. They didn't mention it, which was nice. It wasn't really
Yeah.
necessary for the story. Um,
Yeah.
but
And yeah, so
yeah,
they
trauma
lost.
resolving and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like the way
Mhm.
like part of me was kind of like a little bit, kind of like annoyed that's like, oh, you have all these moments where you think you're about to kill these characters and like you're not
Mhm.
doing it. But I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, but separating them and like realizing that like, that Drax should finally get the opportunity to continue being a dad because like
Mhm.
that's what Drax was. Like, what's it called? The only reason he ever joined the Guardians was because
To
he
get
wanted
vengeance for the daughter
for the daughter, right?
and the
And
wife. Yeah, yeah,
then like, oh, it made sense that Mantis wants to go away because she's never been alone. She's never been actually able to do her own like thing.
things
She's
and
just
shit. Yeah.
been, she's either been controlled by ego or just being told what to do by the Guardians. And it's like, yeah,
Mhm.
it makes sense. And as for, I really like what they did with Gamora. I really liked
More.
like
Okay.
at
Yeah.
first I was gonna like, okay, how are they gonna handle the whole like, she's not actually Gamora. She's Gamora from a different
Just like a variant of
timeline.
sorts.
Yeah,
And I guess based on how that works, I guess this really happened after the time police or
yeah,
whatever the TM what was it TVA after the
yeah,
TVA got broken up. and destroyed? Because otherwise, she technically shouldn't exist, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, she technically shouldn't, but I think it was after. I think this does take place after
Or like it's
because
a weird limbo because of the soul stone being the reason why she died. It's not like she died. Who knows? That maybe they'll explain it more in the
oh,
future, but they
doesn't Loki like take place while Endgame is happening?
no. It takes place after that's a good
Because like,
point.
yeah, because the soul stone, I mean the what's it called, the time stone, and then he like grabs it and he goes and he like falls down into the thing and he gets captured by the TVA.
Yeah, but remember time works differently.
Okay, we're going
It's
into hypothetical, but
we hypothetically speaking, the way the line works is it's happened through a span of days after Endgame, right? And Endgame happened like 3 days, uh, time wise, like when they left to go get the time stones, and then when they came back, right? And then for Loki, it was like a week span, and then we the by the end of it, it was like up to the point of where multiverse and WandaVision happened. Um, supposedly, and that's like yeah, like a couple days after Endgame. So yeah, it starts at Endgame and like a couple days after.
okay. So, but yeah, I like what they did with Gamora, kind of centering it around like falling out of love with somebody, and
Hmm.
um,
Which you
what?
never technically really were in love yet.
Not really, but like,
Yeah, because yeah.
yeah, but it's kind of like Peter's, journey is kind of here, like realizing, like, oh, that's not the woman that I fell in love with.
Hmm.
That's a different person, and
It's also a pre Thanos because technically she was still under Thanos' control.
yeah,
And yeah, so now they didn't go through that whole trauma
yeah,
and her ending up in prison or whatever. And yeah, yeah, it's a whole thing, but it's definitely a good story of how she made family with the Ravengers.
yeah. And I like that because it kind of gives the Ravagers something else other than like, oh, these are the people that kidnapped Quill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these are just pirates essentially out in
yeah.
space. Yeah, yeah,
Like they're actually a family. Like you can tell, like they
yeah,
actually care about each other.
yeah. They'll watch each other backs and shit, and it's like yeah, like even they even treat Quill still as like part of the Rangers. That's when he was talking about I'm a Ranger, you're not. I'm like, well, I mean, you technically parted ways, but you're still always be a part of family type of deal, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it was definitely nice to see, especially her accepting it at the end because I was like, oh, maybe they'll take it not,
Yeah.
but then they hugged and she was like happy and shit. Yeah.
So before we get done, let's just we'll ask like what do we think about the post credit scene. So we kind of already talked about it, but the first post credit scene
Hmm.
it was pretty funny with like the like asking who's like favorite artists and stuff. And for me,
Yeah.
my favorite one was the little girl going Britney Spears and Corn because I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
two very
you could
distinct
tell this
2000 shit.
this is
Yeah.
strict to the 2000s playlist.
I mean, to be fair, we did see the year, so yeah.
Yeah. And then of course like we'll pull what's it called? Adam Warlock says like King Crimson and stuff. I'm like, okay, so that one was listening to like the 80s stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that, and you get to see, Groot fully grown, by the way, and that's the second most disturbing part about Groot in here, other than Vin Diesel finally speaking a second line of dialogue here.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
technically apparently is us understanding Groot, not him changing.
I don't care what the reasoning is, that
It
still
was weird hearing
weirded
him.
me the fuck out, man.
You know what would have been fucking hilarious if he pulled it? It's like, I love this family, or this family means
I feel
everything.
like he wanted to. I feel like he
I feel
wanted
like
to.
there's a take somewhere in the editing bay where it's
Yeah,
just Vin Diesel
and
trying
it's
out family
family.
lines. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
funny as
love
fuck.
you guys. But that's the first, and I like that. It was a nice little introduction to our team, and that's going to be the next one that we're going to follow. So we'll probably see a lot of them in going up to Secret Wars. I highly doubt this is the last time we'll see this team before Secret Wars. Before Secret Wars, this is
Yeah,
not the last time. We have to see him at least one more time or a sec or two more times before we get to Secret
maybe
Wars.
because Secret Wars. When is it? This end of the year? No, or next
No,
year?
dude, Secret Wars is in like 3 years.
No, mom. Oh, the show. No, that's
Avengers,
Secret
Avengers
Invasion. That's Secret Invasion. That's
Invasion,
Secret
no,
Invasion. Yeah, yeah,
Avengers Secret Wars. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
that's
you're right.
ooh, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be
But
a while. Yeah, yeah.
what's it called? I hope we get to see a little more from them because I'd like to see. I think we might, like maybe
We
Kang
might.
Dynasty or
I mean, even then, like the little girl being having similar powers to like Rambo and Carol, I'm like, I wonder if the higher uh being fucking did some shit with like whatever they got infused with. Because Monica got her shit just from entering Wanda, so maybe it's a energy thing.
Yeah,
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But you
yeah,
want to give scores before we make it an hour long episode?
yeah. But I was just gonna say the post credit scene was kind of cool and all. Like, it's just Peter reconnecting with
This
his
is
grandpa.
Grandpa and same kind
But
of shit. Yeah.
the thing that was important was that it says
Yeah.
that the legendary Star Lord is going to return. So
Hmm.
ugh, we haven't gotten rid of Chris Pratt yet. So
Surprisingly, he was too
right.
busy with Mario, so he just decided to take that break. God. I
Y'all got
mean,
me on speed
yeah.
dial for Secret Wars. I'll come back for that one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's fucking
Yeah,
his character is alright for right now.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
what's your final verdict here, Luis?
I'll give it a solid. What is it out of 10? Right?
Out of 10, yeah.
I'll give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9. I'm not hating on it either. Like I really enjoyed it, but it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, in terms of writing creativeness, yeah, if you ask me if it's like one of my top movies of the year, I wouldn't say that, but it's definitely a really well made movie.
yeah. So this comes in. What's it called? Yeah, I watched it twice. I've been able to sit on it now, and honestly,
Hmm.
man, what's it called? I'm going with an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I love this movie. I think that the story worked. It had
Yeah.
heart. It had humor. It had
Yeah.
a dope ass one shot when they're doing what's it called when they're battling that
Yeah.
army of
The CGI one shot.
yeah, so
Still
cool.
pretty cool.
That was like
They made
straight
it
from
seem
a
like
video
that.
game.
Yeah, they made it seem like that guy was gonna be important or something, like a big bad, but nice, fucking easy
No,
takedown. Shit, wild.
yeah, that was so cool. Every one of the Guardians gained their time to shine as they kicked ass in
Mhm.
there. Like
Mhm.
so cool. But I like the movie a lot. It's not my favorite Guardians of the Galaxy film. It's not one of my favorites. Like it's probably like in my top 10 of the MCU. But compared to everything else that's come out in Phase 4 and for a bit of Phase 3, man, I think this is one of my favorites, and I think that I really liked it because it puts a beautiful conclusion to James Gunn's trilogy, and it has so much heart. I mean, a fucking Marvel movie made me cry, bro. It's rough to do. It's hard to do that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it
I
made
don't
me
think a
cry.
lot of them have had that like sentimental.
No,
Like hell, I
no,
don't even relate to like Rocket like that. Like I don't see the movies as much like that. But I was like, damn, this is some powerful shit right here. It's like
yeah.
I could feel it. They've been best friends and shit. Yeah.
The last moment that did that to me was what's it called? T'Challa in the
Oh
Christian
yeah,
plane with
in
his
this
dad.
Astro
Yeah,
plane. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, guys, that's been our review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And of course, we want to thank you all so much for joining us. Keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the nerdcore underscore, Instagram at the nerdcore, patreon.com/the nerdcore
Hmm.
to get this episode early before anybody gets to watch it. Discord link is in our description so you can talk about Guardians of the Galaxy with us. And of course, you want to thank our Patreon supporters because they're the ones who make it possible. Shane, thank you, bro, for being a producer. XSRK, Thrifted IL, and Twitter and Prison City shit on Instagram. That's right, PrisonCityVintage.com. Thank you so much, man. We really do appreciate it. But yeah. This is it, guys. We're done with our review and we will catch you all in the next one. Probably have another one with Luis, and then we will be back with stuff with Brad. We'll see what happens. And we might have a review of Knights of the Zodiac. Let's see how it goes. And we
That'll be up to you. I mean, sure. I never once heard about. It looked cool. I just like the trailer. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot whenever it
I
comes out.
never I never thought it was I never thought that they'd make a live action of this shit and they
I don't think it was like said or anything like big on big outlets. I think it just happened. It was like, fuck it. Hey, somebody got the money and threw it, and it was like, yeah, why not? Somebody
fuck it.
liked it that much. Fuck it. Yeah. I mean, that's it on my side. You already sponsored everything. I mean, I
Damn
guess
straight.
appreciate everyone for coming. Everyone for watching. Yeah. Yeah. Guardians.
Catch you all later, guys. Thank you guys. Bye bye.